My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Alright, so today is October 26, 2023. It is 2:36 p.m. I just finished edit the second video. The first video, this is it. I already made it live. I already had 531 people who watched it. Now, the leftover list that I had, which I've added more to it while I was looking for some stuff, and I saw some interesting tweets that I wanted to read, so I add them to this to the list. Okay, everything that says new or new. Okay, and these were there, so they need to be read last. So I have some times while the house is still quiet. Let's get going. So this is my subscribers. Let's go on Twitter. I don't have that much time, unlike early in the morning. Okay, so this is the one that I bookmark, this part here, but it starts over here on top. All right, apparently to the point that Charles had to intervene in a way that put his other son's life in danger in order to protect William. Okay, so that's the tweet that I bookmarked, but it started up here from Henry VIII. Anyone who is new or not aware, Henry VIII, the same name that you see here that I'm reading right now, she has a YouTube channel. I haven't had time to watch other Positive Sussex channels, so I don't know when was the last time she put the latest video. This I could literally say go follow her, because I've shared a lot of her tweets. Majority of, well, most of her tweets make sense. Whatever I share with you, they make sense and they're worth sharing. So go follow, go subscribe to her channel. Okay, I don't know when was the last time she posted, so yeah, so let's get going. It's ironic and not at all a coincidence that Prince Harry has the rap of being the family effed up, while his older brother cannot stop putting the institution at risk. That's a very good perspective here. That is a very good perspective. Yes. There's one clip that I just put on my last video here where Harry said, now that I have a family to protect, he will protect his family.
I will always protect my family, and now I have a family to protect. So everything that she went through and what happened to her is incredibly raw every single day, and that's not me being paranoid. That's just me not wanting a repeat of the past.
So he always, even though he didn't have kids and wife, whatever, he always protect the institution many times. Even when he went to the Obama Foundation, when Melody Hobson was asking him who created what's the project that they created that they were discussing. Okay, and two separate occasions, he didn't respond. He didn't say it was his idea.
Doesn't this seem obvious? Like, why haven't other people done it then? So you've created, with your brother and sister-in-law, the Royal Foundation. Okay, you've started a charity. My first question would be, do we need another charity? So, you know, what was your thinking in coming together? Whose idea was this?
So that's my motto is exactly that. Why another charity?
Whose idea was this? I mean, who was it? You or Prince William or
The Royal Foundation?
Yeah.
Can't even remember. But
he protected that institution. This is a very good point, and I agree with Henry VIII here. But William, who never had some sort of a restriction to know, you know, he can get whatever he wants, or he never had that boundary, so he could get whatever he wants. So he always felt like he could do anything that he wants. And then on top of the things that he's done carelessly without thinking of the consequences, then later on he has to do some other shit to sort of buffer the nonsense he did before. Oh my God, Henry VIII is right. Okay, so let's see here. Let me go into it. There's 10 comment underneath it, and it continues. For all of our gripping about the protection giving to Prince Harry and the press, can you imagine the amount of work that has been done to keep Prince William and the public's good grace and saying, yeah, it's true. Alright, so this is the thing. Apparently to the point that Charles had to intervene in a way that put his other son's life in danger in order to protect William. Not ironic when you consider how dysfunctional family works. Once the roles of scapegoat and golden child are assigned, the family crafts narrative that fit. That's a very good point. That said, no one is allowed to notice the golden child's incompetence, malice, or the scapegoat's accomplishment. Again, a very good response to Henry VIII. Thanks too. Yeah, that's it. Once you put your mind to something, you said, this is what this is, so it becomes that. So meanwhile, Harry was playing that role as well. He was playing that role as well until he had a family. Until he had a family and said, nope, it stopped now. He would have continued with that if they didn't interfere or cross the line and insert their nonsense into Meghan. That's when he decided to say, enough is enough. I'm done playing with this nonsense. All right, let's read some of the comment. You know, in my view, Harry and Meghan are not part of the royal family and go on living their lives. The royal family is irrelevant to me. Okay, even if they weren't besties, William and Harry could have been a formidable force against the rancid British tabloid, but William chose to undermine his brother's instance. Yeah, he didn't know his power. I've said that so many times. Okay, I don't even think, maybe he does, he knows he could do whatever, but everything he thinks of doing seems to be, it's harmful things. But technically, him and Harry together, Harry understood his position. Okay, and the power of his platform. He's said it so many times, but William does not. Look at, he's taking small amount of money from billionaires to do harmful to his brother. Okay, or his uncle Prince Andrew, who seemed to be currently beyond scrutiny. All right, that's a different language. All right, it's always the realists who get the harshest criticism. All right, so that's that. Okay, so let's go to the next tweet. These are extra. Whatever you see on the screen is extra. So let me stick to my list so I could finish quick. I probably will edit it tonight. All right, so this is the one that I bookmarked, and there it is again. Is a response under Henry VIII thing here. She be putting some really good tweets out there for discussion. Alright, next tweet. King Charles left Harry, Meghan, and Archie as a target for terrorists to protect an aide to William who was leaking against Harry and his family, while then Wooten described William and Kate as perfect. Jesus Christ, that family is demonic. Like I said, evil originated in that island. Alright, so let's go into that. So she was responding to this. The Sandringham deal will have clipped Harry and Meghan's wings for months. Harry himself has said the sudden removal of security forced them to move much faster. Yes, and it's true. What Harry's, he was the one who's going through it. I can't dispute that. It is true. But you know what makes it extra fast for him is the fact that they disclose his location. Okay, they could have removed the security, that's fine, but if nobody knows where they are, it doesn't matter, right? They could still be where they are. Let's say they were in Canada, but the fact that they disclose his location in Canada, you have strange people coming at their front doors. This is very scary. This is very scary. Look at this. When they were at Tyler Perry's home, okay, for weeks, is it for like a week or a month or something like that? They didn't even know they were at Tyler Perry's house. They were doing their thing, enjoying the moment, okay, until they know where they are. Then security, they needed that security. I'm pretty sure they will not take a chance, but that moment when they didn't know where they were, they didn't really need the security. But once they know where they were, then they had to move. Okay, so that's that. I didn't finish with it. Harry himself has said the sudden removal of security forced them to move much faster. Can't imagine that in hindsight. Charles is pleased he had to knock the deal to protect William's slappiness. all they had to do is just leave Harry alone. Just leave him alone. I mean, what is it? Tina and Michelle have been saying that ever since I started really looking deeper into Harry and Meghan's situation. When I found out that every tabloid that or headline that I read, it's always negative, then I started looking who else is talking about it. And the first person that I landed, it's either Tina and Michelle. Either one of them, whoever was behind the account, but I know it's one of them. Okay? So they've been saying that. Once I was aware they had a YouTube channel, I followed them, and then the next I think it was V's channel, and I remember watching that video she did with what's that poet? I can't think right now because I'm trying to hurry up. Okay, so yeah, it was negative after negative. The squad have been saying just leave Harry and Meghan alone. If they had left them alone, all of this will not happen. But they refuse to mind their own business. That's the thing as well. All right, the royal family, that is. Okay, it's always been about protecting him. Cut security, sure. Make up lies to protect Kate, sure. Pay aides to feed the tabloid, right on it. William appears to be a continual effed up, blinded by jealousy. Blinded by jealousy and rage. Yeah, that is true. Okay, I know self-reflection is discouraged over there, but do you think anyone is face palming how it all went down? I mean, they cornered Harry and Meghan into making major deals that put them out of their reach for good. Yeah, that's that. That is true. Because they keep on doing things. Now it forces them. Look, the security are not cheap. They are not cheap. So it forces them to do some things they were probably, I mean, it aligns with what they do, what they care, what they're passionate about. But, you know, because of the constant threat they're having to keep up that security, it forces them to do extra thing as well. All right. So in our prayers, we need to keep on praying for them. All right. The other thing that this tweet brought up, which I failed to address as well, I was thinking about it, but I went off with my other idea, is that I don't think they look back and think, okay, what did I do wrong so I don't do it again? I don't think they do that. They just keep going and going, and even though they know they made a mistake, they don't look back and say, what did I do to create this mess? How can I change that moving forward? They never do. I don't think they do that. So that was a very good point that this tweet made. Okay, they never have a self-reflection, so they could tell themselves, let me not repeat this again. But instead, what they do, they keep on putting bandages after bandages of their stupidity. And then as they're putting the bandage is full of stupidity on top of it. Does that make sense? Because they never really look back and said, let me not repeat this again. But they keep on repeating, putting bandage after bandage. That's what causing all this chaos. If they had stopped and think and said, what did I do? Let me not repeat it again. But instead, look at this, and I think either video 1 or video 2 of my recording of today, one of the things that was raised in one of those videos is that, what was it? To get Harry and Meghan back, all those unnecessary burden that they put on them, to have them back, the pulling back of the security, the doing all sort of things, thinking that if they put more some sort of a brutal attack on them, that will force them back into the fold. Meanwhile, they don't know the more brutally behavior that they doing onto them, it forces them to keep that distance further, because these people, they don't know any difference. They don't know that people have feelings. People feel hurt when they do certain things, so they never really stop and think and said, how do this person feel after what I've done? They never, I really don't think they ever stop and think and said, what I've done is wrong, it causes these people pain, let me not repeat that again so this person doesn't feel this way anymore. they don't do that. But instead, for them, brutally attacking all sort of their BS. You've seen the nonsense I've been sharing in some of my videos. It seems like to them, this is the way they operate. So I don't think they really stop and think and see what they done wrong in order for them to move forward, not to repeat it again. But instead, they keep on pouncing their head on the wall, thinking that each time they pounce their head on the wall, something different is gonna happen. All right, so that was a very good point this tweet made. Self-reflection. Okay, I don't know if any one of them ever tell the other don't do that. The only thing that I could say in terms of where one will tell the other don't do certain things is when Charles and Andrew remove the Queen's secretary. I don't know if it's true, but it was to the tabloid, but it seemed credible, where Anne and Edward raised their concern of the decision that Charles was making and Andrew. Okay, so that one's thing. So maybe perhaps there are other things within, not everything is made public, but maybe there are other things a well-minded person will tell them don't do that, but they are so I don't know, they are in that vacuum where they think everything they do is fine because there is no consequences of their action. If there was consequences of their action, maybe they would have stopped. Look at the thing where there was an investigation for Charles taking cash for honor kind of thing. He's taking money and all of that. What did they do? Police said there was nothing wrong. They didn't see anything. So there is no consequences of anything that they've done. So they feel it's fine to keep on going the same way. That's the way that I see it. Again, that was a very good point, which I failed to mention in my original recording. All right, let's read some more. Charles has a pattern of doing what he wants and then crying about the unfairness of the consequences. And that cry he's gonna have when they abolish the monarchy, that's when you're gonna know who's yes sir, who's your true friend. Because once you don't have that position, those people who's always around you, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, licking your boots, and you don't have that power, you're gonna see. All right, thank God for Tyler Perry, who gave them a place to stay for as long as they needed. Chuck cut them adrift with no security, expecting them to come crawling back to the UK. As Lily godfather, no way was he going over there to mix with that family. He knew what they did to Harry and Meghan. Well, at that time, Lily wasn't born yet. Meanwhile, Harry and Meghan was trying to get to safety. That's all they were trying to. But it's later on when they had a breather. And as much as I hate to say this, and I'm sorry whoever got affected by COVID, may your loved one, whoever you had, rest in peace. But it wasn't a good thing for a lot of us. But for Harry and Meghan, I think in a way it was good to give them a breather, because that time things were closing down. It was like a reset for them. Okay, so they don't have to worry about they still have to look out, because you never know who's those derangers. But the level of threat, people walking to their front doors, were not there because borders were closed. People were not traveling. They were limited of traveling. Okay, if you're gonna go for food or things like that, so there was limitation there. So that was a breather for them. All right, removing security combined with COVID meant they had to something like 2 weeks to make a decision. Very small window, because they anticipate the border will close by the end of March 2020. Yeah, my goodness. Yeah, I remember in one tweet where one video where I was like, I just can't imagine. With a child. Was Archie a toddler yet? I don't even think he was walking yet. This is freaking scary. Maybe he was, maybe close to a year. Oh my God, that is very scary. It's different when it's just you running, you're doing your thing, it's fine. But you have to worry about another human being who can't take care of himself, who doesn't know right from wrong. My goodness. Byline time revealing that the deal fell apart due to legal filing ads, meaning the prolonged to spare. Chuck and Will's first question is about Harry's lawsuit. Then Pa was it, said suicide mission. Today's news add layers of meaning about S word, S mission. For whom? The monarchy? Okay, thankful for Tyler Perry. Alright, he ended up with 3 lazy bones to pay for and carry. Oh well. Alright, he had 3 lazy bones. Oh! It took me a while. Who ordered 3 lazy bones? Okay, the 3 in the marriage, the wink. Okay, it took me a while. Okay, they will never imagine someone like Tyler Perry because no one will do that for them. Because they thought they were the one who had the connection. That's the thing here. They thought they were the one who had connection, and this is why they remove. They can't use their titles commercially and all of that, and probably all the people that they know, those bootlickers. He probably called them and said, if Harry and Meghan come to your door, just said no. But meanwhile, there's the other side. There's Meghan. They didn't think Meghan had connection. You had Tyler Perry. You had other friends, Meghan's friends. May God continue to bless them, because that was a hard time for them. And this is why Meghan wanted to make sure to protect their names on the lawsuit. She was fighting for that as well. Okay, I just think Tyler Perry was super to come along with huge help. It was a nice little push. So Harry bought a new home for his family, and then Harry and Meghan made smart business decision. I was pleasantly surprised and pleased. And let's not forget as well, and both of them, Harry and Meghan, very smart people. If you look at some of my old videos on PYTE, where before Spare came out, before the docu-series come out, none of that. It was just going based on tabloid BS that I was giving my humble opinion. One of the things that I said, Harry and Meghan are very humble people, but very smart. If Meghan is doing something, she knows certain aspect of thing. Because I remember some squad came after me and saying, like as if somebody knows everything or something like that. And I said, if Meghan is doing something, she knows the aspect of the entertainment, right? And there's Harry, on the other hand, who knows about charity, how to create charities, how to get things going with charity aspect of it. Both of them come together. It's a freaking powerful force. So they put together, you see some of the things they've done already. It's really powerful. That's one heck of a thing. But people were coming after me because I said either one of them, okay, was doing something. I don't remember what it was, but it was more of a lacking of something. I don't remember what it is because I say a lot of things hypothetically. Either Harry was lack of something, but Meghan knows about this part, so she will help Harry in this aspect of that lack of whatever it is that Harry was, and then vice versa. Some people were coming after me, and I'm like, I mean, nobody knows everything. Okay, so it's the same aspect of Harry knows how to run a charity, how to start a charity, all the ins and out of charity, and there's Meghan who knows more about the business aspect. And the other thing I wanted to bring is that both of them, as smart as they are, they know how to humble themselves. This is the thing here. They know how to humble themselves. They align themselves with smart people, and they learn from those smart people. Look at Melody Hobson, for instance. She's freaking brilliant when it comes to, numbers. She told us. All right. So I'm pretty sure maybe Melody Hobson is giving ideas to Meghan, from Meghan and Harry, to make wise decision in terms of investment and all of that. Okay, so this is what I mean by that. They know how to humble themselves, keep smart people around them. When they want to learn, they shut their mouth and listen. I've never been in their boardroom, but I could see that happening, because you could see when Harry and Meghan are discussing things with people, they shut their mouth. So I will assume that happened behind the doors too. You guys could come after me like I know everything. I'm the freaking fly on the wall. Alright, so the thing is that they both have passion for things and they discuss things. Alright, so whatever is there, that's it. these are very good conversation. Queen Elizabeth II removed Meghan from England. Harry had no choice but to follow. I don't know about this. In my last video, I was talking about this. I don't think so. No, she did not. They mutually decided to leave because they felt endangered. Stop lying about the Queen. Yeah, I agree with this person. I find I'm muted, but I don't know. But I agree with this. Harry said it. He had to leave to get his family safe. All right, let's go back. All right. Oh, shoot. I hate when it starts from the top. Alright, so had no choice but to follow. I don't agree with this. And in my last video, I spoke about where, in terms of Harry's, the Queen's secretary, Charles and Andrew removed the Queen's secretary, and then they put something young in replace of Lord Gates. All right, Lord Gates was looking after the institution, the well-being of the monarchy, and there's some stuff Andrew and Charles wanted, and he will not give it because it was not good for the institution. So Charles and Andrew teamed together to remove him, and then they put Edward Young. Through that, okay, because the article that I read, which I somewhat agree with, and it makes sense to some of the downfall of other thing, is that Young just listened to Charles, even though he was supposed to be there to represent and help the Queen, to be eyes and ears for the Queen. But I assume, in my humble opinion, Young withheld some information from the Queen, and it was through that where the Queen probably wasn't aware about Harry's security. And then when it comes to the grandchildren, the Queen stepped back and she let her kids, which are Charles, Andrew, Anne, and Edward, to take care of their respective children. Okay, that's the way that I see that. Okay, so there was some stuff in front of the Queen. Charles, Harry, and William tell the Queen they're gonna give Harry security. Behind the Queen, okay, they purposely remove the security, and they told, in my humble opinion, told Young, don't tell the Queen that. The Queen doesn't need to know that. Okay, and then they pulled the security and all of that. All right, so this is the way that I see it. I could be 1,000,000% wrong. All right, Charles III is head of Anglican faith. What father will give his son a stone when he asks for bread? I'm so disgusted and done with them. I know exactly why it is, but lies in the end get you nowhere. How truly tragic. That 12-year-old who saved the crown, that awful work sacrificed with his wife and son. Okay, the house of cards is crumbling. That's for sure. That reminds me of a thumbnails that I did on PYTE. Harry never wanted the deal. Okay, let's see here. After meeting with Queen Elizabeth, Prince Charles, and Prince William about their departure as working royal, it was decided to give the couple a 1-year review period in which they could decide to come back and resume their positions. Guess what? If they had left Harry and Meghan alone, let them think about that, there's a possibility they probably would have come back. But they refuse to let things work naturally. They want to be the one who's in control of this stuff. This is the problem that they have. I've said this in many other forms and other videos as well. They want to control everything. All right, he was adamantly opposed to the review process. A source told the Time, adding that he didn't want the press to write that there was an option of them to change their minds. Okay, so that's that. And then they make the process for him. They refuse to let whatever. Now we're here and we move on. Okay, I just think Tyler Perry was super to come along with a huge help. It was nice little push. So Harry bought a new home for his family, and then Harry and Meghan made smart business decision. I was pleasantly surprised and pleased. Okay, I read this already. Let's move on. There's a lot more response below, but let's move on. Next tweet. Okay, does it ever give royalists pause that seemingly every single person who comes into contact with Meghan Markle outside of the royal sphere seems to think she is absolutely lovely? Okay, so there's another tweet, another good tweet from Henry VIII. Right, she retweeted that. I don't know what people expect to see or to know, but she just felt very cool and very down to earth. She is very warm. She was royal before she was in that family. Kelly Rowland on Meghan Markle. That's that. That's a nice picture. Okay, or the fact that numerous others have straight up said British tabloid offered them money or said something bad about her, even if that was a lie. Yeah, what was this co-star Rex Simon or something like that?
know we can rely on you for being a great guy. So what an incredible friend you were to Meghan Markle is. Have you guys hung out at all since then?
No, we haven't spoken. She just wrote me a very nice thank you letter, and I framed it, and that was very nice of her to do. She just appreciated that I was honest, but it's so funny that we live in a time where everyone's like, it's such a big deal. I just did the right thing.
Right.
You know, it's okay to feel like that should be the norm and the status quo, but it's like, whoa, it's so crazy. He told the truth. I think we should all be a little more honest.
Well, thank you for doing the right thing.
They offer him money, and then there was this writer who made this public, and the tabloid was pressuring her to write negative things about Meghan.
About how the media inflames this. I was called by the Sun newspaper. If you don't know what the Sun is, it's sort of
got the topless girl on page 3. That's all you need to know.
and they called me about a month ago to ask if I'd write about how Meghan was like Wallace and how Meghan was going to destroy the royal family.
Meghan, how do you feel about being part of two broken families?
And the arguments between Meghan and Kate, and I said, I'm really sorry, I'm just not privy to all of this. I don't think I could do it. And the commissioning editor was really twisting my arm.
But it's like, whoa, it's so crazy. He told the truth. I think we should all be a little more honest.
Well, thank you for doing the right thing.
To write this article and say, but you could say, couldn't you, that X happened, and you could say that she's fired all her staff, and you could say that Kate has said this. And I said, well, I'm really sorry, I don't know that, I can't do it. And this conversation went on for about half an hour, and I didn't write the article, but it just gives you an insight into how this whole thing is being, you know, the flames are being fanned by the media.
And she said no, she doesn't want to be part of this nonsense. There's some people in the UK who have integrity. But Simon Rex is an American. But the writer, I believe it could be, I could be wrong, but I believe it's a English writer. Okay? And this is the thing. This is what got me to be doing these videos, because this was unbelievable. I was aware, the same way certain, not everybody I know, but certain celebrities that I come across, or I will know a little bit here or there about somebody, all right? The same thing about Meghan. But the thing with her, though, she never in the tabloid. I never hear anything about her. But when she married into the royal family, I was like, oh, that's nice. You're happy for her. Because the perception that I had of the royal family was very prestige. I thought they had moral standard. Okay? So, you know, every now and then I pop up, you know, read the headline, what are they saying about Meghan? Negative. Maybe the first 2 or 3 times I let it go. But the 4th, 5th, it was a bit too much for comfort. And I'm like, first thing that came to mind was, she's black. There is absolutely no way. Okay, she will behave like that in an institution with, you know, with a new family like this, and for it to be splattered all over the paper. So that caught my attention. No matter how you may perceive of African American, we have respect for people. You might see some, I mean, everybody's not the same, okay? So the respect is always there. So there is no way. That alone caught my attention. No way. There is no way. There is absolutely no way, especially where I never hear a damn thing about her in the US or in the news, nothing, anything negative. So this got me thinking, and I wanted to look more, and I looked more. The more I looked more, I was like, what the hell am I seeing? What the hell am I seeing? And then I start reading stuff. That actually got me into going to Twitter. I had my Twitter account, my main Twitter account, since 2009. I never went in it to actually participate. And I knew, once I need to know the news, I know I had to go on Twitter. And then the first person that I landed was Tina Michelle, Sussex Squad podcast tweet. Okay? So I was like, my goodness. And then and it take on, I start asking myself question, and I'm reading stuff on Twitter. One thing leads to another. I'm asking myself question, and I wanted to know, going PYTE, every question that I had in my head, I look it up and then I share them. I don't know what makes me wanted to share them. I really don't know. I really don't know what made me wanted to record them and share them with you. They're not high end, even this video, you know, not high end kind of videos, just things. If I had question, I think the mindset that I had, if I'm asking myself question about it, there's a possibility someone else might want to know about that as well. So that maybe that's why I put it out, because I don't remember exactly why I would want to do that. And then a little later on, I start adding, you know, tweets, for instance, that I read that I felt that was very interesting. Some are very silly, and I put them, and then that's how some squaddies who are not on Twitter stumble upon my tweets and asking for more, and then that become a habit, and this is why my channels become what it is. All right. Oh, what is that? All right, so let's read. Okay, so the main thing is there's no way Meghan will be what the tabloid perceive her to be, so I had to question it. All right, they had to offer co-star tens of thousands of dollars to lie, and they still said no. LOL. There's that. That's an ad. Exactly. They don't understand. They've been lied to by that racist family and the racist British media. I think they know they are being lied to. They just don't care because the lies suit their worldview. I mean, that's sad, because these are the ripple effect of things. This add up to other things. So they need to stop. Once the lies start, even if you don't agree with it, you know, make it stop, because they will lie about something. If they say there's a freaking, I don't know, flood is coming, they don't tell you it's coming because they want to be the first one to be on the plane. They will lie to you and you will take it. Then these are the kind of things you need to take into consideration, put things in perspective. Okay, I do not enjoy watching them twist themselves that much, further explaining this all away. No one seems to be in her orbit for long. Her friend circle seems to be ever changing. What? They don't put it in public. Who would have thought? If this guy, when they went to the Beyonce concert, if this guy, I haven't seen his tweet. He didn't share that video. Will we know Abigail was hanging out with her? Some other, look at that picture, for instance. That was from that. Will we know they were hanging out there? That was from the Beyonce concert, a second time or something like that. Okay, she went couple times from what I understand. This is the kind of privacy that they want. They share what they want to share with you. You do not know what they do with their friends. There was one video, a picture I came across on Twitter. It was them in the backyard. I think it was leading up to the Jubilee, before the Queen died. And remember, Lily's birthday was gonna be when they are in the UK. So I think this is how I perceive that picture. I see a whole bunch of people together. It might be on Natural's his wife IG account. Someone shared it. I don't follow them on IG, but it was one of those where I see Archie, Harry, both of them without, I don't think they were wearing shoes. They were out there having a small get together. The backyard had a good amount of people, so they're hanging out. We don't need to know if they don't want to share it. What about the when Portia and Ellen were renewing their wedding vow? We didn't know if the picture didn't come out. Okay, so they don't need to tell us all of this. They're enjoying themselves. This is the privacy that they want. Whatever they want to tell us, believe me, the squad will be more than happy to look at some pictures. Once Harry and Meghan said, that's it, I'm done. I'm going to cocoon mode for a year to revamp my next project and whatever. The squad is fine. We create other conversation. We don't need their pictures flaunting all over the internet every day. We understand. So those Derangers who's saying all this BS, that's on you if you can't really wrap your head around this. Next tweet. Harry and Meghan got exactly what they wanted. Alright, next tweet. Catherine has been badly hurt by the claim that someone in the royal family questioned the tone of unborn Archie's skin. It was such a generalized claim that it hurt the whole family. Who give a damn about them feeling hurt? How many people that have been hurt by their stupidity? Okay, now they're gonna go to Kenya to, I don't know, to wave and whatever. They can't even say sorry. Okay, they can't even say sorry, but they're gonna go over there for what? Make them spend more money for their protection? Who's gonna flip the bill when they go over there? These people are freaking ridiculous. They're all a baggage for God. Okay, is this supposed to make Catherine Middleton and that family look less racist? Okay, what is this nonsense here? When was that? Yesterday, the 25th, October 25th. Princess Kate won't offer olive branches to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle for Christmas. Like Harry and Meghan wanted. I just can imagine going over there, knowing after all those backstabbing, you won't even, I don't even think they will want to eat over there. Whatever food they have over there, they won't even eat it. Alright? Because you guys are not trustworthy. The amount of nonsense you put them through, keep your olive branch. Save the earth with the olive branch. Dumbasses. Alright, let's see here. Bond said that Kate has not only been hurt by the personal attacks on herself, but those aimed at her husband and the wider royals family too. Who? Not Meghan? Who? Who's hurting them? Not Meghan? Not Meghan or Harry? Because when they come out, they talk about their work. So who's that they're making reference to? It's not them. It's not Meghan or Harry. So it must be them because they're the only one who be talking to the tabloid.
Much of the negativity towards the couple is coming from within the royal family. The royal family and staff of the royal family are the ones that are very often leaking these stories to the press.
So it must be them because they're the only one who be talking to the tabloid.
And remember, the purpose of the PR office at the royal family is to keep the royals in the press all the time. So you have to remember, when I work in newsrooms, it's a fact that every anti-Harry and Meghan story comes from Kensington Palace.
But why
and if it comes from Kensington Palace, why are they briefing against their own grandson?
Well, okay, that's a very the idea.
Why are there never any
I think that's fascinating
about Prince William?
Well, William and Kate involved in briefing against them originally, I don't know. That's a good point. But having a war on the media, I don't know whether that's worth the candle.
So it must be them because they're the only one who be talking to the tabloid.
You heard from anyone in the palace thanking you for the, serious defense of them?
I've had some messages communicated to me on behalf of several members of the royal family.
Upper level
We're very grateful that. Well, I'm not going to go into who it was, but what I would say is gratitude that somebody was standing up for them.
So there's that. She continued, I think Catherine has been badly hurt by Harry's brutal attacks on William, like his decision to reveal so much of what went during their disagreement. Okay, isn't that the truth? So what's the problem? If he didn't want people to know that, why did he do it anyway? Why? So I hope you take a pause. Think when you're dealing with people, treat people with kindness, because at some point they will want to speak to someone else. This is how society works. You communicate with other people. You have conversation with other people. You went through some stuff and you blabbing your mouth. Your uncle, is it uncle? Yeah, your uncle have the urge to go on tabloid to talk about Meghan and all of that. There's Harry, who had experienced the bad side of your husband's kind of thing. Wasn't William push Harry to the dog bowl and hurt his back and all of that? So why did he do that if he didn't want Harry to talk about it? So maybe that should teach you something. If you don't want people to know about your negativity, your deranged self, don't do bad things to people. Oh my goodness. By the claim that someone in the royal family questioned the tone of unborn Archie's skin, it was such a generalized claim that it hurt the whole family. Who cares? But did they say it? So if you feel like, I don't know, deal with your feelings. I don't know how you people deal with those feelings, because you guys have none. But for her, who grew up outside of the institution, she deserves whatever she gets. Alright, baggage for God. That's done with. KKK and her fake tears is at it again. They were the Fab Four for about 3 months in 2018, tabloid-like building a relationship that was never there. Was that video that I have where that CNN woman was asking another royal rat? I'll put the clip. Because from the beginning, they wanted division.
Do you see any scenario by which Harry and Meghan overshadow Kate and
Oh,
William?
yes, I do. I do. I mean, this is immediately was my first thought. You know, this could be a problem.
There's this. What Fab for? Are they hallucinating again? There's that. Every time it gets close to holiday season, they bring these dead horses out and try to resurrect it for the money. Take the hand. One of the squad in one tweet said something like that, either yesterday or a couple days ago. Yeah, you're gonna hear all of this nonsense. Olive branches, and all of that. Let's see here. Whatever's there, that's it. Let's read bottom up. Okay, exhausting. You see why she can do her job right, being the princess of the Isles. She's too obsessed with Meghan, Meghan's husband, Meghan's clothes, Meghan's style and grace, Meghan's beauty, Meghan's children, Meghan's everything. No wonder she's exhausted. That's for sure. Okay, it was probably Kate then. I don't know. I don't know. They're telling on themselves. She's hurt because she got exposed of being a Karen. You can't go around saying a woman of color put tears on your face. And it wasn't the case at all. She got exposed. Right? There's that. They exposed what was already there, and they are trying to blame Meghan for being exposed. Reverend Al Sharpton. Okay, after what was confirmed by Byline Time, I seriously doubt that Harry and Meghan have any intention of jumping into that viper pit for Christmas. Let them enjoy the peace, safety, and serenity of Montecito. That definitely. I always say, I don't know how they enjoy Christmas holiday over there, but then again, when you grew up on this kind of robotic kind of thing, I guess they enjoy it. But Meghan, I don't think Meghan will enjoy it, because you have kids wearing suit and tie, nothing of relaxed. You know, the kids gonna want to run around, be free, and do all sort of games, but this, you have to be all freaking proper. You won't even feel, you have to be careful what you touch. All this stuff, nah. They give them a favor. Next tweet. It's very interesting that then hate William and had no interest in Harry until 2019. That family. Okay. I feel like I read this. Okay. Article was subsequently removed from the Sun's website but remained widely reported elsewhere. A former friend of Wooten's told Byline Time that maybe that's why that the journalist's allegiance appeared to quickly shift from one prince to another. Quote, then hated Prince William until around May 2019, they say. Behind closed doors, he didn't have a good word for him. He was always talking about his attitude, but then never criticized Harry, really. I remember when I first started, even occasionally, the squad were putting screenshots of some old tweets of, Dan Wooten talking about Harry, like, you know, seeing him in a kind of a, you know, he's gay, so in that kind of aspect. Okay, but then never criticized Harry, really. He never seemed to have much interest at all. Then suddenly in the summer of 2019, he switched. Basically, he was hating on Harry and Meghan. He had previously been obsessed with Prince William, and then he switched to the Sussexes. Byline Times put a series of detailed questions to a lawyer for the royal family, a spokesperson for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, then Wooten, Christian Jones, John's partner, and Simon Case. Okay, then Wooten have a bit of a crush on Harry. That's what I was saying. Yeah, the squad will be putting screenshot of all these old, you know, tweets that he used to talk about Harry. Yeah, he referred to him once as a hot ginger, could contribute to his obsession, hatred of Meghan. Okay, nope, it was bigger. It was bigger than that. It was a smear campaign sanctioned by Charles and Willie. But before that, that's what I think. Before Meghan came into the picture, let's see here. He did have a gay man crush on Harry. Okay, thank God. This is my assumption. I don't follow them and I don't have screenshot of all of this, but that just saved some of the thing that I was saying. Yeah, that's what I thought. There it is, 2011. Way before that. Before Meghan got into the picture. Alright? He did have a gay man crush on Harry prior to his involvement and pay for Palace Sources stories. Okay? Prince Harry still managed to look hot in the North Pole. Love it. Oh my effing God. Prince Harry naked. Thanks, TMZ. Alright, so there's all of this. I remember the squad be talking about that. Alright, so that's an ad. Okay, whatever's on the screen, that's it. Alright. His interest, this is an ad. His interest in Harry was sexual only before 2019. Money talks. So glad that awful man is gone. Even then, hates William. Always follow the money. I bet there is a juicy video. That family. Then Wooten was also on the side of Diana over Charles until he was paid to change. I don't know. Wow. He had a mega crush on Harry until then, so maybe William offered him exclusive access in exchange for good press. I mean, Turkey Teeth. Oh my God. Turkey Teeth had made a small fortune, now hating on Harry and Meghan. Alright, so, my God, Turkey Teeth. Alright, next tweet. Alright, so this is my last tweet in terms of all tweets that I had until the next few tweets that I will have are new ones that I added onto the list. Okay. Did I change it? Let's change it. Next tweet. Oh my God, this is long. Alright, so there's this here. Lord, what a family. Jealousy is a hell of a drugs. Okay. One well-placed source with knowledge of the matter told Byline Time, quote, they threatened the removal of the funding to try and protect the royal household from a potential courtroom scandal with Jones and Wooten. Very quickly at the center, the actual removal of the funding weeks later was about control and design to force Harry and Meghan to come back to the senior royal family in the UK, where their security will be assured. Again, all they had to do is leave Harry and Meghan alone, but they don't know how to do that. Okay, the source added, quote, the greater truth is that Harry and Meghan make better headlines than the King and Camilla or William and Kate. The idea of them still being in public service but aboard and out of control of the institution and dominating the media narrative just gonna happen. They try their best. God is good. And Diana is still watching over them. And I think Diana be putting the words to God and said, look, I was there. I know how it feels. Alright, so that's that. Senior members of the family wanted them back after the transition period and were ready to continue playing dirty to make this happen. I mean, how did they expect that to happen? So they think putting pain, unnecessary pain into Harry and Meghan will make them come back? Couldn't they just be nice? And ask nicely. This is the thing that they're having. They don't know how to be nice. Even to say sorry to Kenyans and all the Commonwealth countries, all the reparation. They don't know how to be nice. They just know how to inflict pain onto people. A simple thing, just to be nice or leave them alone. But instead, my goodness, the mindset of these people. Like I said, evil original over there. This is another example of that as well. They can be nice and ask, can you please come back? We need your help, this and that. But then, but wow. And have a car chase them in New York City? Allegedly? My goodness. Alright, they never thought the trial period would work and tried everything to make it fair, starting with the removal of security and then signing off on a 12-month assault by the UK press on Harry and Meghan and everyone in their orbit. Thank God the kids don't have to grow up in this nonsense. Okay, someone did say they can't till the press can again report on William and Kate. So, okay, there was a timeline and they still overshadow that family. Everything they do is inspiring to millions and clouding the haters. They are real life philanthropists. Hell, they single-handedly keeps the British media financially afloat. Harry and Meghan, that's for sure. That's it. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. Next tweet. Now we are brand new tweets that I added before I started recording.
Vanaka. It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.
You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.